let's do some web fonts. We go to fonts.google.com. You get here tons of options. We'll start with the basics. Go to Roboto. Click on Roboto. Gives you all the styles that are available, all the glyphs that are available, some background information, the license for the actual font, and some popular pairings. So let's say we want the regular. Click select the style. And then in order to get the code, we'll just scroll back up. Go here where it says view your selected families in the top right corner and click that. While we're here, it's good to know that you can download this family to your local if you want to use this on your local machine. So let's go back to view your selected families. Click on that. It'll start with review. Click on view your selected families. You can review what you have selected so far. So far we only have one. The code that we want is embed, so click on embed. And we have two options. We can either use the link version of the code. So you copy this code here and put it in your HTML. And then for whatever text you want to style in your CSS, you'll have to copy this for each one. Or you can use the @import rule, copy this into the head of your HTML, and copy this CSS rule for every piece of text that you want to style in that way. We'll use link. So just copy and paste, copy here, go back to our Atom, go into our head, new line in our head, paste, and that's it. Save. Now we need to go back to Google Fonts to get the other piece of code. We want the CSS rule here. So copy this, take it back to Atom. Now in our style.css, let's apply the style to the body. So we type body, curly brackets, paste our code from Google Fonts. And so what this says is that all the text in the body will be applied the Roboto typeface. And if for some reason the Roboto doesn't work or the link is broken, it'll default to some sans serif that's available. So if we save this, go to our website, we'll see that that's currently set to a Times New Roman or so. 3, 2, 1, refresh. Now it's all rendered in Roboto. So that works. If you need to have more than one of these Google Fonts in your website, then you can just repeat the process and just make sure that in your CSS, a different part of the HTML is styled with the second font. Now let's add an icon font to this website. So if you go to fontawesome.com, I've already logged in and gotten through the sign up process. So once you get to that point, you'll have to give an email address. But once you get to that point, you'll be asked to create a kit. And then when you create a kit, then it'll look like this. So to get the code, click on your kit, and then you'll see a script tag here. So that's what we want to put in our code. Highlight and copy, or click copy kit code here. We can go back to our Atom code and in the head, paste that code. So there you go. In the presentation, that was from last year, and it still has a different kind of HTML tag for this. They switched it to JavaScript. Either way, just copy the code that they give you and then proceed. So we want to save this. And now to actually use the code, we need to get the icon that we want, go back to Font Awesome, and then once you figure out which icon you want, copy that code. So we go to icons. Let's go to the accessible icon here, click on it. Click on start using this icon. And here's the code that you need to copy. So it's right here. You click this copy HTML, and you'll get it. You can also get it by copying it from here, copy HTML. So now that we've copied it, we can drop it in. Now we have our code. Let's paste it into our about div at the bottom of it. So right here, I class equals FAB fab FA dash accessible dash icon, and then closing I tag. That's good there. Go back to our browser, 3, 2, 1, refresh. And here's our accessible icon. Now, that's not very visible. It's kind of small, so we can change that in CSS. Going back to Atom. We can start a new line. Maybe use the HTML tag itself, curly brackets, font size, say 2M. Go back to our browser, 3, 2, 1, refresh. Now it's a little bit bigger. Now it's 2M. So you can control these icons just like you can control text. We can even go back. Maybe you want to make a color for it. Color purple. Say, back to our browser, 3, 2, 1, refresh. Now it's purple. So all the parameters you can change in your text, you can change with these icon fonts.